at the end of chapter 843, I was really hyped up because of this chapter. I even posted on Twitter how hyped I was. So, what I want to talk about today is talk about this chapter with Luffy and then meeting up with Sanji again, and then Sanji saying like he needs to tell Luffy to go away. In this chapter, I got a lot of the Water 7 vibes with Luffy going up against Sanji, and from Water 7, Luffy went up against Usopp after the whole confrontation about them trying to keep them married and then trying to get a new ship. Now here's a whole new perspective with Sanji telling Luffy and the others to go away because he wants to marry Pudding, and Luffy just wants to get Sanji back and then get off the island. First they need to get the parts of the poneglyph which Big Mom has and then go off. But you look at that last panel, you see Sanji saying like, I'll be the one to take all this trash back to where they belong. And it's leading to a confrontation where Luffy has to fight his own crewmate Sanji. Now, my predictions for this fight for Luffy versus Sanji is I'm hoping that this really lasts about like around 2 to 3 chapters, hopefully. If it ends up like a short chapter, then I'm going to be really disappointed because this is one of the part of the Monster 3, and mostly people wanted to see like Luffy versus Zoro at some point. Like I know Luffy and Zoro, they had a confrontation like before the Alabasta arc, but that was just all misunderstandings. But this one, Luffy versus Sanji, this is a fight that everyone wanted to see. I mean, besides from Zoro versus Sanji, which I thought would have been great if Zoro went along with the rest of the Straw Hats to Big Mom's Whole Cake Island instead of going to Wano Kingdom. But with Luffy versus Sanji, I can see a lot of things going down. Like I can see some stuff like first you gotta look at the background. Like Luffy and Sanji would have a great field to fight in, but they're not the only ones by themselves. Like, you got Sanji's brothers and his sister, but I don't think his sister will probably fight in this, but his brothers will probably step in, and, he's not alone. Also, his father is also there, and, that's why I'm scared that this might cut to a short fight, because I do not want this fight to be a short one. I want this to be at least like a 2 to 3 chapter one. Like I'm not 100% sure, but I think the Luffy versus Usopp fight was probably around 2 to 3 chapters. So what I expect with this fight is they fight on for about probably 2 or 3 chapters, and then something big happens, like either Sanji's father steps in after in the middle of the fight, like they're all bloody and they're both bloody and they look like they're about to pass out, and then you got or maybe Big Mom steps in and they all take off, and then leading towards that climactic chapter where they have to figure out how they're going to get Sanji back and then take on Big Mom, and then with Luffy versus Big Mom, which I'll do a video on that later on once it gets closer to that. And those are the only ways I can see this fight like ending. So whoever has the upper hand, I believe Luffy has the upper hand on this because he's the captain. But Sanji could pull out a lot of stuff that we haven't even seen. He could probably show off his hockey against Luffy. But we'll have to see what goes on in the next chapter in 844. So that's it, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.